So, gentlemen, a very warm welcome to the specialization courses. First of all, let me start with the Mabruk. An Alf Mabruk for you all for completing your prep year. Wish you all the very best with your selected major.
So, here we go. This semester we'll be dealing with 4 different types of essays: descriptive narrative comparison and opinion essays. All these types share one thing in common: the structure and style. To begin with, let me start with a question. What makes something a good essay? In simple words, a good essay is a combination of 3 major qualities: the content, the structure, and finally the mechanics. Such a combination will transform a piece of writing into an interesting, effective, and organized essay, which the examiners call it as a good essay. For any essay writing exercise, we are given a prompt. A prompt is a question, and once we get it, we need to carefully start the task by adopting a step-by-step writing process. The first step is to read the prompt several times, carefully, and understand it. Once you fully understand it, brainstorm for ideas or points. What is brainstorming? It's a creative technique that involves deep thought used to solve the topic of an essay. In this process, write whatever that comes to your mind. Do not filter at the initial stage. Write down everything. You can use a graphic organizer like a table, a balloon, or a circle, whatever. After getting all the points, you can circle the ideas you like but cross out the ones you don't use. So let's take an example of describing your favorite dish of food. The subject we have taken is chicken Marbella. Marbella. What is it? Marbella is a coastal city in Spain, and so this is probably a Spanish delicious dish. So here we brainstorm and collect all ideas. And we put this in different headings like sight, taste, smell, touch, sound, and so on. After gathering all the points, we can delete the stuff that we don't. After gathering all the points, we can delete the stuff that we don't need. Here probably the sound doesn't matter, and so let's cancel it as a whole. The other ones like hot, crunchy, pungent, fabulous, etc. All this stuff can be canceled. And finally we filter the points. I mean, we shortlist the points for the final writing. So, now, where and how do we start? Broadly speaking, what are the qualities of a good essay? In a good essay, 4 key elements dominate the process. Cohesion, that's the flow of the sentences. Secondly, the coherence, that is the unity in writing. And thirdly is the diction. By diction, I mean the careful selection of words, phrases, adverbs, adjectives, and so. And finally comes the mechanics, the punctuation, spelling, formatting, and so. So, we have reached the final stage. And with these points we start writing. Now let's analyze a sample essay. The prompt is describing your favorite coffee shop. The structure of this essay is as follows. Basically it's of 3 or 4 paragraphs. An introduction, a body, or to body paragraphs, depending on the situation as required, and a conclusion. The introduction has a hook as the opening sentence, followed by 1 or 2 background sentences and a thesis statement. This part is the most important part, and you need to take special care of it, especially the introduction and its opening sentence. That's called the hook. The hook is the one that attracts the attention of the reader. Then we give some background information, a sentence or 2, and finally we give the thesis statement. Now, what is the thesis statement? A thesis statement is the one that tells the reader what you are going to discuss or the subject matter of the essay. The body paragraph starts with the topic sentence and then gives supporting sentences or statements that support the main points. They may also give examples and further explains them. And the last sentence generally sums up the paragraph. And the final paragraph is the conclusion. It summarizes the essay. How do you know that it's the conclusion? Number 1. You start with a paragraph with a connector like to conclude, to summarize in conclusion and so. And here many students make the mistake of repeating the introduction. That's wrong. You have to paraphrase means rephrase the thesis statement. But don't repeat the words used. Instead use synonyms and change the structure also. Really be careful here, and at the end of the essay, you leave it with a recommendation of your opinion or your recommendation. So that's all, gentlemen. We will discuss in detail while writing the other essays too. Good luck, gentlemen, and see you later. Bye, and keep something in your mind. The only thing for success is to practice. Practice. Practice.